Gilas season na naman, so it's about time we ask this question once again. Ready na ba ang Gilas Pilipinas? Well, we don't know for sure. Pero for us to have a better idea, daanan muna natin yung mga dapat nating malaman sa darating na Gilas window kontra sa Guam. And before we go to the actual preview, na-release na rin ng SBP ang Final 12 ng Gilas sa darating na games kontra sa Guam. Looking at it, wala masyadong bago bukod sa addition ni na Quentin Millora Brown at RJ Abarrientos. Na gets ko naman na most of us would want Juan Gomez de Leaño in there. Pero for now, expected naman na kasi to kay Coach Tim na alam mo yun, he's going to stick with the guys na familiar siya and kilala niya. I hope for now lang, diba? So, let's not waste our energy. Sayang lang kung magre-reklamo kayo about it. Let's look at it from a perspective na at least nandito na si QMB. Eventually, makakapasok din yan si Juan Gomez de Leaño kasi talented talaga siya. But it's good to see na, yun nga, included si QMB na mas kailangan din naman ng Gilas Pilipinas right now, as in right now, ng center. Kasi wala nga si Kai Soto kaysa sa guard. Kasi having a good triangle center sa team, di ba, nullifies rin naman yung need for a very dynamic point guard. Kasi the offense runs well kapag merong solid center sa gitna. Pero again, eventually, win-win pa rin naman eh. It's either RJ develops into a better playmaker. Choice rin naman ni Coach Tab si RJ Abarrientos dati. And ginamit rin naman ni Coach Tab si RJ Abarrientos. Pero dahil ngayon kasi na yung jersey ni RJ Abarrientos kulay pula at yung logo sa jersey niya, yung specific logo na yun, all of a sudden, problema na siya ngayon. But win-win pa rin naman kasi it's either RJ develops into a better playmaker, a more disciplined one, or we see Juan Gomez de Leaño step in sa role na yun eventually. Maybe for CJ, maybe for RJ, pero kasama pa rin naman siya sa expanded pool. So, eventually mapapasok pa rin naman yan si Juan Gomez. So, let's not, overreact too much. Hindi naman gugunaw ang mundo. Anyway, ang makakalaban ng Gilas Pilipinas ngayong window ay Guam. Isang home game, isang away game, back-to-back games. Hindi pala back-to-back, pero, parehas Guam ang makakalaban. And first impressions ko sa Guam is that they play a similar pace kagaya sa Gilas Pilipinas. So, considering na yun yung pace ng laro nila is very similar sa Gilas, ang magiging game changer dito yung pag-protect ng bola, yung turnovers. Kailangan protektahan ng Gilas yung bola and not turn the ball over too much. Kasi if Guam gets easy transition points off Gilas turnovers, mahihirapan ng Gilas to carve out extra points. Since I expect these games to be a slugfest unless talaga ma-blow out ng Gilas yung Guam very early on sa first half. Kumbaga since parehas kayong slow-paced na team, if you let Guam finish or convert those turnovers into transition points, mahirap ka na kang sumabay kasi you gave your opponent very easy points. Kumbaga, hindi na kayo equal playing field. And Guam naman kasi, hindi rin naman sila explosive scoring team. Pero, pwede pa rin madisgrasya Gilas dito if maglaro sila ng sloppy basketball. Ang Guam sa Asia Cup, this year lang din, they shot 36.7% lang from the field and only 30.5% from 3. Halos 8 makes a game. So, kaya naman nila makashoot ng 3-pointers. Pero again, they're not, an explosive team offensively. But they do have talented players sa team nila. For example, si Ty Wesley and his positional versatility. Playing as the 4, meron siyang passing skills, may playmaking siya sa posisyon niya. He can shoot the ball quite decently. And yung post-game niya is very impressive as well. So, hindi rin naman ako familiar kay Ty Wesley before. Pero after watching dozens of possessions from his recent Asia Cup stint, impression ko sa kanya para siyang Boris Diaw or a post-prime Nick Batum. Na alam mo na dati wing siya, bigger wing na may passing skills pero nag-mature na yung game. Enough for them to slide up to the 4. So sa Asia Cup, nag-average si Ty Wesley ng 17.7 points, 7.7 rebounds, and 4 assists per game. So all around, can do a lot of things. He also shot the ball 53.6% from the field and 42.9% from 3. So very good player for Guam. And another player na standout sa team na to is very familiar, Jericho Cruz. So kailangan makaiwas ang Gilas Pilipinas sa isang Jericho Cruz heater game. Alam naman nating lahat kung anong, kayang gawin ng isang Jericho Cruz kapag mainit and unconscious mag-basketball. Kumbaga si Jericho Cruz yung tipo ng player may 50% chance na 10 points lang siya, then yung the other 50% naman he drops 25 plus. So, points of emphasis for Gilas, I think na dapat maging solid yung point of attack defense nila para less pressure sa Gilas bigs and wings sa help side and avoid Jericho Cruz paint touches. Kasi if yung Guardia and off-ball si Jericho Cruz initially sa isang possession, for example, if hindi solid yung point of attack, magbe-breakdown yung defense ng Gilas Pilipinas and malalagay yung pressure sa big man. So, magiging sobrang delikado ni Jericho Cruz sa secondary kapag kinick out sa kanya and close out ng Gilas Pilipinas is, advantage for Guam. Doon tumitiba-tiba si Jericho Cruz sa SMB kapag secondary siya. Kasi kailangan niya lang gawin at atakihin yung close out. And, as a player, as talented as Jericho Cruz, putting him sa secondary is more than, you would ask for your secondary guys sa guard position. So, si Jericho Cruz sa Asia Cup, he averaged 16 points, 2.5 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1 steal. Also shot the ball 52% from the field and 50% from 3 on very solid volume. So, ayan yung dalawang players ng Guam na magiging factor against Gilas. They also have other players na quite solid as well. Pero ito yung dalawa na talagang for me yung marked man or marked men. And punta naman tayo sa portion kung ano sa tingin ko about sa lahat ng to. My fearless forecast is that Gilas wins both of these games. Maybe yung isa closer, yung isa medyo mas malayo ang agwat between the two. But ang gusto ko talaga makita rito sa window na to is kung paano may integrate sa QMB sa Opensa or sa sistema ng Gilas in general. Kasi ngayon na included na siya sa team. And the Gilas, badly misses the services of Kai Soto. It would be very interesting anong gagawin nila kay QMB. Is he going to play the same role as Kai Soto? Or is he going to be more of a Japet Aguilar replacement? Or, an AJ Edu adjacent type of player. Kasi si QMB, medyo may pagkaano siya eh. Kumbaga 50-50. May pagka-hustle player siya. Pero if you want him, to be your main center or main big man, point of attack, sa triangle, sa sideline triangle na yon, sa pass to the post, I think he can do that din naman. Pero, we'll see. Malalaman natin sa window na to kung ano ang, and again, it's still, it would be QMB's very first Gilas appearance. So, let's not, overreact then and not necessarily expect too much from him kasi ito pa naman yung kasasalang pa lang naman. Pero again, it's very interesting and very exciting for Gilas Pilipinas. They're actually expanding their pool. They're actually, integrating new players sa Final 12 nila. Maybe along the way, diba, they insert more players na mas mapapalalim pa yung current pool or yung current Final 12, current roster